Welcome aboard the beautiful Viking Sea. I'm Jen, and this is my adventure. It is a 7-night sailing starting in Athens, ending in Venice. Lots of great stops in between, including stops in Croatia and Montenegro. I am so excited for this cruise, and I am so glad that you're here. So I just got to the room. My luggage is already here. And also I have a special treat, which I'll show you in just a second. And then I'm going to show you around this amazing room. I got strawberries. Isn't that sweet? That's kind of exciting. And the note just says, welcome on board your Viking Sea family. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Okay, so when you first come in the room, you have a full-length mirror here, so you can do your fit of the day. You've also got some drawers for storage and a safe, which will absolutely fit a laptop, so that's really nice. And then you've got drawers. There's a thing for laundry service. There is included laundry on board, self-service laundry that also comes with detergent. So that's a really lovely perk. So that is my first thing that you do not have to worry about on a Viking cruise and will not cost you extra money, and that is doing your laundry. So bank of drawers there. And then we've got a little Krups espresso machine, which is fantastic. I'm going to take part in that in just a minute. Sorry, I'm a little exhausted from the flight, so if I don't make any sense, that's why. And some more storage above there. I asked them to combine the beds, but you can also turn this into 2 twin beds, which is such a great perk. I wish that Disney Cruise Line did that. Disney, if you're listening. And you've got a little bedside table with a US plug, a European plug, and 2 USBs, which is great. A little drawer, a little more storage down there. And then in your closet, you've got a robe. I don't know why I sang that, but you've got a robe and slippers. So you don't have to worry about packing a robe and slippers. One of the things I love about their closets is the lights turn off when the closet is closed. Whoops, let me see if I can demonstrate this. Hold on, no, trust me, this is worth it. When it's closed, wait for it, wait for it. Okay, just trust me, the lights go off when it's closed and then they turn on when it's open. So I'll demonstrate that better later. So they've got this on the bed. If you ever wondered when you look at room tours, this is so you don't get your germy suitcase on the nice clean bed. Little sanitation thing. Love that. Really, really beautiful bedding. Really beautiful bedding. I will show you, let me see if I can show you the duvet, because we know how I feel about a good duvet. Oh, look at that, y'all. A proper duvet and a proper duvet cover, which is lovely. My luggage was actually here as soon as I could get into the room. You can get into the room depending on how many times you've sailed with Viking. So this is my 3rd cruise, and I was able to get in here at 2 p.m. You have a little sitting area over here with 2 chairs, information about our sailing. I had a little treat for me, which I love. You can get either still or sparkling water. I may ask them for sparkling. These are your little Vox things. You need these for all of your excursions. So those are really important. And then here you have your fully stocked fridge, which is so great. And you can tell them whatever your drink of choice is. I prefer Diet Coke, so I'll probably have them put those in there for me. And all of this is included, so none of this is an extra charge. And before I show you the veranda, we will walk over to the bathroom. All right, come on, this way. This way. I think I'm doing pretty good for only being on 5 hours of sleep, which I know. So here we have the bathroom, and you've got plenty of towels. It's actually a really large bathroom for a cruise ship. I love that there's a glass shower door. There's no shower curtain. There's even a little ledge in here. Really, really nice. And then you've got your amenities over here: body wash, conditioner, shampoo, and body lotion, shower cap and a vanity kit, tissues. This is such a cool thing, and it's such a small touch, but I love it. There's actual cups, and there's a place to put your toothbrush. So lovely. More storage down there. Drawers, which is great. So you can store your stuff. More drawers. And more storage over here. Really well appointed bathroom. And then let me take you out. Look at the little Nordic inspired, oh, love. Let me take you out to the balcony. Now our view right now is not very good because we are in the port, but this is our balcony. We have a nice table and a couple of chairs. The Viking star is actually in port right now too, so you can see her right there. And we are right here in Athens. I almost forgot to show you my favorite part, which is this really, really amazing light up mirror where you can put all of your makeup and jewelry and so forth. I mean, not your expensive jewelry that you're going to want to put in the safe, but you know, your regular stuff. And also in here, there are a pair of binoculars. So that is another thing you don't have to pack on your Viking cruise, is a pair of binoculars. They will also have umbrellas available if it's raining. I don't think there was an umbrella in here. I think there's only umbrella. Oh, did you see the light came on? I told you I would show you. Oh, there is the umbrella. Look at that. I've got you covered. Well, thank you, Viking. Nice big umbrella should I need it. And I was able to demonstrate the light in the closet. Very impressed with myself right now. Oh, and there's space up there too. I didn't show you that. There is also storage under the bed. So once I've unpacked my cases, I can store them under there. So that's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna unpack. I'm gonna eat some chocolate covered strawberries and we're gonna recover from a long travel day. Don't they look yummy? Okay, I've cleaned myself up. I've unpacked, you can see everything. And now I'm gonna go to deck 2 and get some exercise. Some of y'all probably know this. When you are in a new time zone and you don't want to fall asleep because you want to stay awake until it's time for bed in the new time zone that you're in, getting some fresh air is a fabulous idea, and they have a really great walking track on deck 2. So I'm gonna go get some exercise. On my way to deck 2, I decided to do a little walk around, give you guys a little tour. Deck 7 is where you're gonna find most of the public areas on the top part of the ship. That's gonna be where you're gonna find both the pools, the outdoor pools. There's one with the big glass roof that retracts, and there's also one off the back of the ship. You can walk around on deck 7 as well as deck 2, but deck 2 is like an actual running walking track. You also have this beautiful space called the Winter Garden, and I'll show you more of that later because that is where they have afternoon tea. But all the spaces are so beautiful, and there were hardly ever any crowds anywhere, which I just love. Also, I just did really casual sushi dinner tonight. Did I mention that in the World Cafe, they have a sushi bar every night? Yeah, they do, and it's really, really good. And after my light but very satisfying dinner, I went to the Navigator's Lounge, which is also on deck 7. One of my favorite spots on the ship. They had an amazing acoustic guitar musician playing, and it was just a beautiful way to spend the evening. I don't remember this from last time, but look at our order ahead room service menu. This is like serious for breakfast. This is more than just a continental breakfast. We can do an egg selection and side orders and coffee. Oh my goodness, quite nice. Well done, Viking. And my bed is made and looks so ridiculously yummy. The room is so cozy. I didn't even show you guys when I did the room tour, whatever our artwork is, and it is of the Little Mermaid. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. And all of the artwork in the rooms is original artwork. Okay, the time change and the long flight, I am lacking the ability to speak, so I will see you tomorrow. One really lovely thing about Viking, and I noticed this the last time I was on an ocean ship with them, nothing is ever crowded. There are never any lines. Even this morning in the restaurant,
they spread us out all over the whole restaurant, even though they could have easily just had us all in one section because it wasn't very crowded. But they want everything to feel very spacious. And I think I said this last time, you feel like you're on someone's private ship. Like you are friends with someone who owns a really beautiful yacht and they've invited you on board. It's like right now. And it's like 9:30 in the morning. It's not super early. It's just nice and peaceful and absolutely lovely.
I keep saying different parts of the ship are my favorite, but I think I really do mean it about the thermal suite. There was no one in there when I came in, so I was able to get some footage for you guys. The women's locker room is lovely, well appointed. There are robes, there are shower shoes, there are all the amenities. There's also a dry sauna and a cold plunge in the women's locker room. And then in the thermal suite itself, there is a steam room and then the beautiful Arctic snow room. And going back and forth between the two is supposed to be really great for inflammation. So good as I was still kind of recovering from the long flight. And then also there's this gorgeous pool where you can do laps in there. You can swim against the current. It's a wave pool. You can just sit and enjoy. The temperature of the water is very, very warm. And there's also a hot tub in there. So I spent quite a few hours in this area on my sailing. And my favorite part is it does not have an extra charge. It is included with your cruise fare.
So I'm up here on deck. We just came into the port of it's either Catacalon or Catacalone. I will learn more on our excursion, I'm sure. But we're going to the site of the first Olympic Games and then to a farm. So I'm very excited. There will be wine and olive oil and old stuff and archaeology and all of the things. So I'm really excited for a great day. Okay, I thought I'd show you really quick because in case you're sailing with Viking and you want to make sure that you have everything that you need for an excursion, this is what I bring. You of course have to have your little Vox box and your headphones. Those are provided for you in your room, so make sure you have those. A sun hat, if you're me, if it's a sunny day, which it definitely is today. Your ticket for your excursion, so that's what I've got. Those were given to me when I got on board the ship. And then in here, I have just some tissues, my other little camera, this little crossbody, which has my passport and my credit card and a few euros. It's actually change. I was able to find a ton of euros at home, and they have those 2 euro coins. So those are good for bus driver tips, if I can talk. Nail file, a little bit of makeup, no big deal. This bigger bag I can leave on the bus, and then this smaller one I'll take with me when we get off at the various stops. So yeah, let's go. Every stateroom, hotel room that I'm in when I'm doing a travel vlog, I try to find that perfect spot to set you guys because I never bring a tripod, which is what I should do. Anywho, you're set on the box that held the stationery and the post of the lamp. Can you tell? It's a perfect spot for you. So I'm back in the room after our incredible excursion out to Olympia, the site of the first Olympic Games. It's where the Olympic Games were held for over 1,000 years. They were there, and then there was a war and everything was destroyed. And then the water came and it was all underwater. And then they uncovered it and they rebuilt what they could, but because the ground is so brittle, they couldn't rebuild it even if they wanted to. So all you can really look at is kind of the reconstructed ruins. Having said that, it was really fascinating to learn about the Olympic Games, the way that people would come for, a couple of weeks and basically camp out there, and that women had their own version of the Olympic Games. It was cool. It was very educational. The grounds were beautiful and we had exquisite weather. Our guide was wonderful, super fun. I know someone will ask about how much you should tip, and obviously you're going to base it on your own experience. You may want to tip more than I've said. You may want to tip less. In my experience, 5 euros per person to your tour guide, and then 2 euros to the bus driver. That's what I typically do. That's what I came prepared for. Yes, of course, you always want to tip in the denomination of the country that you're visiting. But yes, our guide was great, tour was great. And then we went to an olive oil farm, an olive farm, and they taught us about how they make the olive oil. Fascinating. We got a beautiful Greek dance. We had wonderful wine. We got to taste olive oil. We had a light lunch. Really fun. So the rest of today, I'm going to do more eating. So I'm going to go up to the Navigator's Lounge and get a cocktail, I think, in just a few minutes. And then I'm having dinner at Manfredi's, which is the Italian restaurant on board. And it's kind of fascinating because it's named after the founder of Silversea, who is best friends with the founder of Viking. So the Italian restaurant on all of the Viking ships is called Manfredi's in honor of his friend, which I think is really sweet. And I ate there when I was on this ship with Mom 5 years ago. All house-made pasta, bread. It will be amazing, and I can't wait. And I'll bring you what footage I can, and now I need to get changed for dinner. I'm busy. Dinner was so good. So they ended up putting us in a private dining room, which was insane. And I was with absolutely lovely people. We had incredible conversation. The food was so good. I got the branzini. Well, I got the caprese salad, the minestrone soup, and the branzini. And then I got the Carmelo, I think it's called. If you are sailing Viking Cruise Line, get yourself a reservation for Manfredi's. If you can't get a reservation before you leave, you can still get one when you get on board. And also they save a few walk-up reservations every night. But that meal was so good. And because Manfredi's can be a little on the loud side, but because we were placed in the private dining room, it was just perfect. It could not have been better. All right, I'm gonna try to go to bed. Had my chamomile tea. I only had one glass of wine, and tomorrow is Corfu, which is probably the destination I have been looking the most forward to. So it's like 10 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna try to wind down and go to sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Welcome to full day number 2. We're in Corfu right now. I'm wildly excited about today. My outfit's a little different than what I normally might wear on an excursion. I'm gonna talk about why when I get back from breakfast. This morning's breakfast, yesterday I was in the restaurant and breakfast was amazing. I'm not sure if I talked about it, like excellent. Today I'm gonna try the World Cafe. I don't have quite as much time, and that's the buffet area. So I'm gonna grab a quick breakfast and then I'll come back and I'll tell you why my outfit for today is a little bit different. Maybe not what you would expect. So, okay, hold on. I haven't shown you the hallways very much, but they're the same colors, the same blue and Scandinavian colors. And there's also these really cool photographs lining the walls. It's just also like tastefully done. I love it. Okay, so I was going to go to World Cafe, passing through the pool area, but it's too busy in there. And if you're new to my channel and you don't know this, I have an aversion to buffets. So if I get a vibe that like yells, I might get sick. Not because of any cleanliness issues, but just because of lots of people and germs. I'll make a different choice. So I'm gonna go to the Explorer's Lounge, to Mamson's, where they serve really good waffles, and I'm hoping it's going to be quieter in there. Ah yes, this is much better.
Yes, I'm gonna have a waffle with just fruit.
They have. How much did you?
Welcome to Corfu. All right, try not to nerd out, but you know, very excited. Today is going to be a monastery and a cathedral and very sacred spaces focused. I won't try to speak intelligently about Corfu because I'm learning, right? But the downtown area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're gonna see a lot of cool stuff today. I can't wait to bring it all to you. But look at that, it's looking very like mystical, and this weather, I am very much looking forward to this day. Okay, so I'm headed out and I have on my rain jacket and also a scarf because I am going to one monastery and one cathedral, both of which are Greek Orthodox. They said that they don't actually enforce the head covering for women rule, but that if you have a scarf you can bring, it is a nice show of respect to cover our heads when we go in. Women need to have shoulders and knees covered, so no shorts, no sleeveless dresses. The weather today is very accommodating to that. I wouldn't have done that anyway because it's only going to be like 64 and maybe rainy. But just if you're coming to some of these, particularly Greek Orthodox churches, some Catholic churches, you want to be respectful of the customs of the church in which you find yourself. I'm assuming the same would be, you know, if you visited certain mosques and things like that. So we will adhere to the cultural traditions of where we're visiting. Scarf, shoulders, knees covered, check. I'm covering up the barcode, not that anyone would do anything with that now, but this is the Excursion. And I should have shown this to you yesterday so that you could actually see the name of it in case you're booking this, what am I trying to say? Like this itinerary, and you're wondering, this is the one I chose for today. I have my umbrella. Let me reiterate how great I think it is that they provide umbrellas. And yeah, off we go. Corfu had an energy about it that I'm still struggling to adequately describe. The entire island has this peace and serenity, and it is a place that has kind of captured my imagination for a long time, and now having been there is doing that at even a higher intensity. I hope to go back. I hope to bring Scott back. What an absolutely beautiful place. It just felt centering. And unlike any place I think I've ever visited, I felt this draw there that made me just not want to leave. What a beautiful, beautiful island. Okay, so I'm back from Corfu. First of all, maybe one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. In my brain, I've entered in here a beautiful montage that you just saw with music and so forth. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. We did, however, get stuck in some very serious rain. This is my pro tip for you for today. Always be prepared for the weather. There was only a 20% chance of rain, I think, and it was not supposed to be going on while we were out there. It was a deluge, but I had my umbrella that Viking provided. Thank you very much. I was one of the only people on the bus that brought it. And I had my rain jacket and I had a hat. And those things enabled me to see the whole thing, was able to do the walking tour. I didn't get much footage of the actual Old Town area because it was pouring down rain and very, crowded with people and whatever. But oh my gosh, the monastery we went to, the church that we saw, the Old Town of Corfu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Stunningly beautiful. I absolutely loved it. I cannot tell you how much I hope that I get back to this island someday because I would love to just stay in a condo or a nice resort here for a while. It would just be lovely. So back at the room, tea time is at 4. So although I'm starving, I'm going to hold off. There's snacks in my mini fridge. I think I'm gonna have a pack of almonds and a Coke Zero. And then I will go to tea time in just a couple hours, and I'll be sure to show you guys that because it's one of my favorite parts of cruising on Viking, and I think you'll really like it. So tea was amazing, and we are actually getting ready to pull away from Greece, and we are on to our next country. This is the Aida Blue. I think this is a German cruise line. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's kind of sad to be leaving Greece. I've had such a good time. Let me show you.
Thank you so much for joining me for the first 2 days of this amazing adventure. Come back next week and I'll bring you part 2. We're gonna head to Montenegro and Croatia, and I've gotta tell you, absolutely blew me away. I can't wait to bring you those videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy, and I'll see you next time.